every single AI corporation is trying to build the one single AI for all of us. Okay, the single AI that we should trust because the benchmark says is the best out there. Now, the more they push this narrative, the least I trust them. They think that trust is a feature for those LLM. Trust is an architecture, is the world around them. Now, in today's video, we're going to look into all of those things. But first, we need to understand that this anxiety that we have, this fact that we start shaking with the idea of trusting AI, is because we saw those corporations use brute force to insert this AI inside creativity, inside education, inside governance, inside every single job, with one intention, okay? The one of being used so they can gain data and train AI so they can replace us with AI. Of course this doesn't feel right. Of course we can't give trust, neither to the AI, neither to all the corporations. Now, there is a false choice that is happening, okay? And this is forced by those narrative of say, okay, oh, you use AI on everything and you trust AI, or you reject AI and never use on anything, okay? This binary idea is dividing us into different factions, which is hard to communicate because we are exactly into opposite spaces. Now, the truth here is, in life, almost nothing is binary. We are always in somewhere in the middle, okay? And the sovereign choice is to make you decide where you want to place yourself. So at the moment, you get pushed into one or the other narrative. Okay, don't allow this to happen. Control this narrative. Because being inside the narrative actually is hiding a much bigger problem. And the problem here is that there's no AI is going to go like nuts, like Terminator or like total evil. That is not the real danger. The danger now that we have at the moment, okay, that we are living now, is to have AI becoming the environment where we do our thinking. Why this is the problem? Because if the world where we do our thinking, okay, if this AI is owned by the corporation, owned by one single culture, then each one of us is going to go inside that kind of, average, the next possible token, the most plausible next step. That is not sovereignty. This is flattening humanity. So that is the real danger. This is what is happening at the moment. Okay, so what we should do? Okay, we can't trust this, the architecture that they build. We can't trust the AI that they're building. So what is the trust? So the first thing that we need to ask ourselves, okay, to trust an architecture is, who controls it? Do you control it or someone else? Okay, can you audit or not? Can you see the code? Because at the moment we already know, okay, AI is a black box. Now the architecture is a black box. Okay, everything, we can't see anything inside. Now, there are alternatives, okay? I'm not going to talk today about those alternatives, but I want to give some lights because some people don't even know exist an alternative out of those corporations. So there is agents like Hermes agent, okay? It's one of my favorite, it's one that I use every single day. What is this Hermes? Hermes is a architecture that is open source, so you can see the code, you can see inside, that saves your memory locally, not shared with the corporation. So all those elements give you sovereignty. Now, it's not as easy as installing OpenAI, ChatGPT, for example, but it's not like impossible. But that little friction is what we need to go through if we want to have ownership and sovereignty about our data. But I want to carry on with this because other questions we need to ask about this architecture. Okay, who benefits out of it? Okay, are you sovereign about all those things that we said? Are you in control? Are you in control of the world, of the narrative, of the culture, and the philosophy of that AI? If you can't control it, you can't trust it. Okay, if you don't own it, you shouldn't trust it. So that's what I'm talking about. So there is elements that says, okay, but I don't own Hermes. Yes, exactly. That is the biggest problem with those open source systems, is that you don't own it. So you can't trust something that you don't own. Because owning, meaning you know what is going to happen tomorrow. But we don't know if Hermes is going to be bought tomorrow. We don't know what is happening. We saw with OpenClaw that is not being sold to OpenAI, but the person that created is being started working with AI, and the philosophy of open close start to change, okay, and start to go in a direction that I don't like, and this is why most people move to Hermes. Now, like I said, Hermes, it's open source, so it's gonna be there. And for my understanding, they have no intentions to sell it to anybody. Okay, and hopefully they won't do it, and they will stay sovereign and free. But what I'm suggesting here is that trust is not a model, it's not just an architecture, but it's a social promise. It's a sort of social contract that we create as a community. Okay, we need to build something that we own, co-own, and therefore we start to have a system that we can trust. Why is it important to do something in this way? Because at the moment we can see that each one of us has been building, okay, our own AI, our own system, our own sovereignty, and it requires a lot of work. And we've all been doing this exactly same thing. In my community, we have around 1,000 people, or over 1,000 people. And each one of us, in a way or another, is trying to build the same thing. Okay, with different way, which is beautiful, okay? Because this is show the importance of the many and not the single culture. This is beautiful. But the fact that we are all focusing on building everything from scratch by our own, instead of building one that can be customized by each one of us, is how we lose energy. So if we want to really compete with those corporations, if we want to build something that is as good as what they're building, okay, we need to work together. We need to say, okay, let's build the base layer that we can customize, and then build all the other parts that now none one has been building, okay, because we are all focusing on the base layer, because it's so hard. There's so much work, so much to, as a single person, there's so much to do, which is become like the life project. Instead, let's build that thing together. Then let's build all the other elements that we can do, all the tools, all the elements that are needed to create this much bigger system. Now, there is another thing that we need to see when we talk about this social contract, because a social contract is how do we do it, okay? How does it work? How do we co-own it? So we need to use a technology that recognizes that we should be recognized for our contribution. Okay, we need a system, a philosophy that put we as a human first. Okay, no AI first, no money first. Okay, corporate investor earning first. No, we as a human. And how do we do this? We use a technology. It's called decentralization. The best way to build a decentralization is through blockchain technology. And in blockchain technology, we have DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. Okay, structure that we can customize to build a sovereign community. Okay, a community for community. Why this is important? Okay, because what is needed is keep our diversity, keep the fact that we can be different but connected together. We can build towards one single philosophy, which I call it Augmentatism. Okay, the Augmentatism is the philosophy of augmenting human, not replacing them. Augmenting means not just do things faster or better, but also doing things that you couldn't do before. To use AI to leverage so it can help you going back to your high-level thinking because it learned how you think. Okay, and therefore you can resonate with that thinking with AI, and go back to that high level of clarity and carry on working. This is what I do all the time. This is, for me, the most advantage I have of using AI. I train AI to know how I think. Okay, now I can just recall that level of thinking that took years, sometimes, many years to get to that clarity, to that knowledge, and now I can give it to the AI and then resonate. So most of you have been doing the same because I have, like I said, 1,000 people in my community. And so I understand that we are building in the same thing. I see in the comments in these videos, okay, I've been trying to build the same thing. Okay, I'm building the same thing. That the fact that we resonate, because this is, as a human, we can do this. Now, let's build, like I said, one thing, okay, for all of us that can be customized, that we co-own, and let's build a financial system on top of it. Why this is important? Because why those corporations are using AI to replace human without a plan B, okay? You're gonna lose your job and then that's it. Okay, they have this idea, yeah, you're gonna lose your job because it's gonna be taken by AI and robots, but new job will be available. The new job will be created. Let me explain this thing. Okay, they are building, they are going towards AGI, okay, artificial general intelligence, an intelligence that is equal, comparable to human, that can do anything the human can do. So if they can do anything the human can do, what kind of other job can be done by human that AI couldn't do it? So they lie, okay, they are completely lie about this. Yes, new job is gonna come up. Yes, for a short time until we get to AGI. The moment we get AGI, no job can be left, okay? There's no safe for anybody. So what we need to build instead is this alternative, okay? The alternative of where we are not gonna be replaced. We are gonna be augmented. Okay, that is what we need to build. How do we do this? Okay, we get together, we build this single architecture that we co-own and we can customize ourselves. Then we use this to build this infrastructure, this DAO that we use to connect together, to create a financial system together. That is the alternative. That is how we stay sovereign. That is what we do here is we at the moment, like I said, we are 1,000 people on Discord, around 7,000 on YouTube, and plus 1,000 plus on Substack. We meet every single day, 5 days a week on Zoom. Okay, we meet, we discuss, and we build. There are different days for different kind of activities. So if you want to build the ResonantOS, this software, this infrastructure, it's we meet on Monday. If you want to learn about working with AI, building this AI that you can trust, there is Tuesday. There is this academy, and Wednesday is dedicated for us to talk about AI and technology in general thinking. Okay. Thursday, it's the day that we dedicate for human AI collaboration, but in the sense from the human perspective. Okay, it's not just about the technology, but it's also about our experience, our intuition, our fears, our emotion connected to this journey. And then there is Friday that is about automation. Okay, and so those are the 5 days. Now, my suggestion here is this one. Okay, first, of course, like and subscribe. This is my internal suggestion. Let's come up with this. Okay, like and subscribe to this channel. But another thing, what I'm suggesting here is, at the moment, everything else that is not going to ChatGPT kind of approach with AI is a lot of friction. It's complex. So, but don't feel like it's impossible. It's just a touch more difficult, because sovereignty requires more knowledge. Okay, but we are here in this community happy to help everyone. Okay, why it requires more knowledge? Because sovereignty is the idea of control. Control means there is more parameters, okay, more elements to understand. So you control through knowledge. When you know, you are in control. Those other corporations, they're building systems that you don't need to understand, you don't need to know, closed boxes. Okay, press here and it will work. Okay, that is the idea, because you don't see what is behind. So in summary, it's extremely easy, low friction, low control, low sovereignty. So what I'm suggesting to you, don't be scared about learning, improving, and staying in control. Okay, you should be scared about the opposite. Okay, when you lose control, when you have no sovereignty, that is where you are in the danger zone. They make it feel safe, okay, because there's nothing to learn. Okay, it's safe. Okay, you are in your comfort zone, nothing to learn, nothing to panic. Okay, you're completely captured by them. Or decide, okay, I want to stay in control. I'm gonna face the friction. I'm gonna see this is not just a problem about technology. It's a philosophical problem. Okay, there is a social problem. So we need to add those elements and say, okay, I'm okay I can face this, I can grow, I can learn with a community that will support each one of you. Okay, that's what we're building. So if you believe in something like this, in the description, there is two things that you need to do. Okay, the description, there is the link for the Discord. Join. That's where we meet. There is the link for the Zoom call and so on. Okay. Second, there is a Substack article where I go deeper in about this topic. Okay, everything is explained there. It's more clear. So read it and try to understand where you want to place yourself, because like I said, the binary thinking of total AI adoption or total rejection is a false choice. Okay, make your own choice. Thinking is how we get there. So thanks for staying until the end. Let's build this alternative together. It sounds like sometimes can sound like impossible, okay, until you see that it actually is happening. So if you're part of the community, I really thank you for your support, for what you're doing with the community. Those calls are really informative for all of us. Okay, those calls are where we share our own thinking. Remember, I'm here as a lighthouse. Okay, I'm there to hopefully find like-minded people and come back to the community and build together. But I'm not the owner of this community. Okay, the idea is that we co-own. Okay, I'm just a person, a super active community member that believes in contributing, believes in building together, and therefore I'm here sharing this with you. If you feel like you want to be part of this, have in mind that this social agreement is based on human first, agency must be protected, contribution should be recognized, and we are for the many versus the one. Thanks for staying until the end. Like and subscribe again. We need to make this channel grow. Watch the next video and see you in the community.